You finish your meal, the waiter drops the check, and suddenly you're staring at the total, fumbling in your pocket for your phone to open the calculator app. You're going to learn how to bypass that awkward pause entirely. Today, we're going to break down how to instantly calculate exact tips and final sale prices directly in your head. You do not need to be good at math to do this. The only prerequisite is knowing your basic single-digit times tables. Once you learn these shortcuts, paying a bill or shopping a sale stops being an anxious chore and becomes an easy, continuous motion. Let's start back at the restaurant. Step 1 for any dining transaction is establishing a baseline tip amount of 10%. The mathematical rule here is straightforward. Dividing any number by 10 does the exact same thing as shifting its decimal point one space to the left. Take a look at this standard restaurant receipt, showing a total of $60. To find our 10% baseline, just visualize the decimal point jumping one space to the left. Now we have a clean $6. From here, you can easily scale that baseline up. For a standard 20% tip, just take that $6 and double it to $12. If you want to leave 15%, take your 10% baseline of $6, cut it in half to find 5%, which is $3, and add those two numbers together for a $9 tip. Calculating your tip requires absolutely no guesswork. You are simply finding the 10% baseline and making small adjustments. Let's move out of the restaurant and step into a bustling retail store to look at the sale racks. Look at this bright red tag. Anytime you see a 25% discount, remember that 25% is exactly equivalent to the fraction 1/4. Instead of struggling with percentages, divide the price tag by 4 to find out exactly how much cash you're saving. If you pick up an $80 pair of jeans, divide 80 by 4, you instantly know you're saving $20. The common mistake here is forgetting that $20 is your discount, not your price. You still need to subtract that savings from the original $80 to arrive at a final cost of $60. Converting common percentages into simple fractions keeps your brain from freezing up when you're navigating a rack full of sale items. That fraction rule works perfectly for 25%, but odd percentages cause friction. When an item is 30% off, figuring out the savings and then doing a separate subtraction problem takes too much mental holding space. Instead of calculating the savings, we're going to use the opposite percent trick to calculate exactly what you are paying. If an item is 30% off, that means you are paying exactly 70% of the original price out of pocket. Let's apply that rule to a $200 item. As this equation shows, we just need to find 70% of 200. We can solve this instantly by dropping one zero from our percentage number, turning 70 into 7. Next, we drop one zero from the item's original price, turning 200 into 20. Finally, we multiply the two remaining numbers together. 7 times 20 equals our final price of $140. By calculating the opposite percentage and dropping the zeros, you completely bypass the mental subtraction step. It turns an intimidating retail discount into primary school multiplication. You now have 3 highly reliable tools: the 10% decibel shift, the division by 4 shortcut, and the zero slashing trick. Armed with these methods, you can verify a discount at the register, stay on budget, and leave a precise tip without slowing down your day. The next time you go out to eat or shop a weekend sale, leave your smartphone in your pocket and let your brain do the work. Relying on mental math removes a digital middleman from your daily life, giving you total control and confidence over your own money.